Hi, my name is Scott Colbacchini, and this is my extra credit weather briefing for aviation meteorology. So, starting out here, I pulled up the surface analysis chart. Looking at this chart, looking at the Grand Forks area of North Dakota area, we can see we have a high pressure system and we're just behind a cold front that went through. So we're expecting kind of cooler temperatures today. We're still in the summer, so it's still pretty warm, but expecting cooler temperatures and not so much weather behind this cold front, so it should be pretty good for flying over the local area for today. This is Tuesday, the 17th of July in the evening, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night local time. Looking out over the rest of the country, starting on the western coast, we'll have a bunch of low pressures out over the west coast with some highs. So with that, we'll expect some storms to pop up. And then on the southeast coast, a bunch of high pressure and low pressure systems kind of all scattered around there. So difference in pressures, likely that some storms are popping up there. And we have a big long occluded front going over Michigan into Canada, and then followed by a cold front going over the Great Plains. Alright, so looking here at the surface analysis chart, or low level surface chart, we can see here the 12-hour significant weather. The one on the left isn't really showing much bad weather. Possible marginal VFR conditions over the Midwest, or West Midwest I should say, over eastern Colorado, and then over the eastern part of the United States, really a lot there between Alabama running all the way through upstate New York. Marginal VFR and some IFR conditions expected in there also. Freezing level at 16,000 feet, and then 12,000 feet way up in northeast Minnesota. So the freezing level is way up there, past 12,000 feet at least. And then going into the 24-hour, weather actually looks a little bit better. We still have that low level, more marginal VFR in the northeast, and then over the Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana marginal VFR, and a couple marginal VFRs over Oklahoma and Iowa or Illinois area. Alright, so as this is in the evening, about 9 o'clock local time, we can see the sun is set past east Minnesota, and we can see as it goes further south, kind of cool how you can see it's really the sun setting earlier. But looking at the clouds, we see a bunch of clouds over the four corner states, or the four touching states I should say, the Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona states, and some clouds out over Montana. North Dakota, pretty clear, as I said, with that cold front that just went through. We're on the back side of it. We can see a lot of light scattering off that Pacific Ocean. So since it's night over the eastern part of the United States, to use it, we can use the precipitation satellite and the infrared satellite, or water vapor satellite. This is the infrared satellite. We can see a lot of very high clouds out over the western United States, and then over the eastern United States, some high clouds also. Using the water vapor chart, we can see the ones about over Arizona or New Mexico have pretty good content of water vapor, and the ones over Louisiana and Georgia have some good water vapor content. Again, in the North Dakota area, it's pretty clear. So we really just have three sectors of weather. West, southeast, and northeast. We have some weather areas up there that we can look at. Alright, and then looking at the actual radar to see what we have. Not really that much, no big major storms around. South Dakota, southeast South Dakota, we have some storms up there. We can expect in front of that cold front is where those storms are, kind of being pushed along by that cold front. And then in the New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado area, some scattered storms up there. Those up there, we have those scattered storms, not too strong though. And then over the southeast United States and the southern states, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, we have some storms over there. And those are kind of, again, remember that cold front we had in that area? Those storms are in front of that cold front. So we can expect those storms moving kind of east, southeast, and then the storms in upstate New York. So if your cross country is going between the southeast United States or upstate New York, United States, and then if you're crossing that cold front here, you have to look out for storms. Everywhere else in the country seems to be pretty clear currently, according to this radar, but storms can pop up. Alright, convective signets. We'll spend some time talking about this one. As we can see, North Dakota is very clear. So again, local flights, North Dakota, Minnesota area from Grand Forks. Won't really have to worry much about weather. It looks very clear. Now getting these convective sigmets, all of them are up pretty high. The lowest one appears to be 42,000 feet. And then some of the other ones up above 45,000 feet. So unless you have a plane that can go well above 45,000 feet, you won't be flying over these sigmets. So it makes more sense to fly around them. So really, a vast majority of the United States has a possibility of thunderstorms popping up. The current convective sigmets we have, it looks all of them are pretty much moving east, southeast, except the ones in Michigan. That one's moving more northeast. But we can see in southern South Dakota, we have convective sigmets up to 42,000 feet. That's moving east, southeast about 15 knots. And then the ones in Colorado, again, east, southeast at about 10 knots. Those are moving a little bit slower. But so again, we're flying in that area. You'll have to watch out for these. You won't be able to fly above them. You'll have to fly around them. In the New York area, we have a pretty long stretching down into the Pennsylvania. That convective sigmet, that's one moving northeast about 20 knots, 45,000 feet. And in the southeast, we have some convective sigmets, all kind of stationary. Some of them aren't even moving. A couple of them are moving at about 10 knots. So not moving very fast. So we'll have to fly around those storms, and we'll probably won't be moving out of our way. The Florida area looks pretty clear. California looks pretty clear. Just kind of over the west central United States and southeast United States. I'll have to watch out for these sigmets. And then the outlook for thunderstorms. So if we're flying out into the morning, we can see where some thunderstorms are popping up. North Dakota is clear, so we should have a good day in North Dakota. The whole United States has slight chance of coming up. And then that slight more chance of thunderstorms popping up in the South Dakota. We have some thunderstorms up and marginal in the upstate New York through Michigan. We have some storms that could be popping up there also. Alright, so again, now we're kind of going local. We looked at the forecast for the country, looking more locally now, as we talked about. North Dakota, Minnesota looks very good. Grand Forks area, these are all the METARs. Grand Forks, METARs winds from the north going south, about 5 knots. Temperature 71, dew point 54, 10 miles of visibility. Few clouds at 600 feet. And then we can see everywhere else is very clear. Fargo's clear. Grand Forks reporting few. Devil's Lake's clear. Jamestown few clouds. Bemidji clear. Alexandria clear. So not really any clouds to worry about. Up in Canada, there's some overcast in the Winnipeg area. Some overcast clouds moving, but they're not moving south very slowly, 5 knots a feet at all. So actually, so I won't be having to worry about clouds that much. Temperature pretty even in the area. It gets warmer the more west you go, as it gets lighter out earlier in the day there. So that's why we can see Minnesota is kind of dropping into the upper to mid 60s over there. So again, very good local area. The TAFs for tomorrow aren't showing anything bad coming up. Grand Forks and Fargo almost identical, and all over the area they're all identical. So I didn't put them all in. Grand Forks TAF showing winds from 170, so the winds are going south. Variable 6 knots, so very light wind, past 6 miles. Few clouds, 600 feet or 6,000 feet, excuse me. Fargo's reporting sky clear. And then again later on in the day, variable 5 knots. The winds are going to calm down. Some few 4,000 feet. So very good day to fly in the local area. Some thunderstorms out in the other United States, but overall pretty good day to fly. So that's my weather briefing. Thank you for listening.